What's up, Barndo bros and gals? We're back with another video for you guys. Thanks for checking us out. Today we're going to be talking about concrete work. We're going to be pouring the main slab here in front of the garage. We're going to be doing the sidewalk for the in front of the house, and we're going to be pouring between the house and the garage. We're going to have a big slab of cement here so I can park a whole bunch of cars here, and it's going to be great. Let's get to work. I'm going to take you around and show you what we did. We had to grade everything in the front of the house. Used about 3 loads of dirt. Once you start spreading dirt, 18 yards of dirt is not a lot when you start spreading it at 3 or 4 inches throughout. So it goes quick. We graded everything here in the front for the sidewalks, and we graded everything in between the house and the front of the garage. And I forgot, we're also going to be pouring a patio in the back. It's going to be awesome. We're going to put a pavilion back there. We're going to have our summer kitchen back there. Our pavilion is going to be 20 by 16. We're going to have an outdoor kitchen, and I'm undecided about a fireplace. I don't know if I should do a outdoor fireplace or if we're going to do a fire pit. Maybe you guys leave some comments, and maybe you'll tell us, give us some advice on what we should do. Should we do an outdoor fireplace, or should we do a fire pit? Let us know in the comments below. Anyway, this is the patio here in the back. We're going to be grading here. We're going to have a sidewalk that's going to come out from the porch. From the porch, it's going to go out to that patio area overlooking the back, where we're going to have our summer kitchen and either the fireplace or the fire pit. But we're going to have a huge slab here. We're going to have a nice apron in front of the garage where you can park a bunch of cars and be out of the dirt. Our driveway, we're going to be probably using millings. Anybody that doesn't know what millings are, is when they tear up the road. So when they mill the road to resurface the loose asphalt that comes out of the milling machine, a lot of people use it in their driveways because it's a lot cheaper than paving and doing concrete. This here will be our pad for our campers. The pad for the camper is going to be, we're talking about 44 by 28 to accommodate 2 campers. Now, if you're a DIYer like myself, you might be tempted to take on a project such as this. Well, let me tell you something before you try to do that. The size of the project is very important. Now, if you're doing a small sidewalk in front of your house from the driveway to the front door, or a sidewalk around the house where you could pour it by yourself, you could bring some concrete in. There's a company here locally that actually, it's called 3 Yard Concrete, where they'll bring 3 yards at a time. It's a smaller truck. It's about, you know, half of a regular 10-yarder. You might be able to do that and do a nice job. Now, a big job is such as this, it's going to be hard to do by yourself. Even if you have some people helping you, which is going to be hard to do because it's hard work. This job here, we're doing a pad in front of the garage that's 65 feet wide, and then it's 56 feet deep between the garage and the house. This is huge. You cannot tackle this on your own, and even if you get a couple of buddies, you're not going to do it in one day. And if you have some experience with concrete, you might be able to get some friends to come help you. But man, we're going to take about between 40 44 yards of concrete in this place, and to do this by yourself would be impossible. This big project, just think about it, my friend. Sometimes it's worth just paying the labor to get it done, and that's exactly what I did. I paid the labor. They came in, they formed it. They formed it the way I wanted. I wanted a nice pitch from back to front. So we have about a 4-inch pitch from the rear of the house to the front, and they did a beautiful job. This is the completed project. I have this nice pad here in front of the garage, 65 feet long, nice shiny edge finish. As you can see, take a walk around. I could park so many cars here. I could turn around and park my truck in front of the garage, work on it, do whatever we want. I like the fact that we have this nice paved area here between the house and the garage where Cindy could just come in, park her car, and walk right in through the mud room and not drag any dirt in. And that was the point of spending this much money on this pad here. This is beautiful. We also did the patio in the back, nice broom finish. And this is the patio. This is 20 feet by 16 feet. We're planning on putting a pavilion in here for our summer kitchen, or we might be doing just a seating area with a nice fire pit in the center. We'll see how the budget goes. Plan is right now to build a summer kitchen out here. But when building a new house, budgets could get out of hand. And I'll tell you how a budget could get out of hand. By not financially planning for this pad when we first submitted the quotes to the bank, well, I ended up going over $12,000 in the concrete budget. $12,000, that's what we paid for this pad. It was about $8,700 worth of concrete. The labor was about $3,600, which wasn't bad. Again, you know, I'm getting a good price. The owner of the company is a buddy of mine. We hang out a lot, so I lucked out. And the bank, when I submitted for the draw, was really asking questions like, hey, you know, you budgeted for $33,000 for concrete work, and now you're $12,000 over budget. What's going on? And I had to explain to them what had happened, and they were giving me a hard time. So they finally cut the check, and I told them everything that I was saving everywhere else. I was like, listen, you know, the AC, the initial quote was 20 grand. I'm doing it for 16 grand. It was initially $10,000 for the installation. I did it for $8,200 or $8,800. And the electric, I budgeted for almost $20,000, and I'm going to be, you know, around 15 or 16. So I'm saving money other places where, you know, we could afford to do this. So they finally understood, and they stopped bothering me, and they just wrote the checks out. I was planning on doing asphalt millings in this area in front of the garage, between the house. But then I had a talk with a friend of mine, and he said, man, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be dragging pebbles inside the house every time you walk in. You're going to be so much happier if you pour this. Well, we used 44 yards of concrete. This edge here, we have a 12 by 12 footer here, so to prevent from cracking when you go up and down with cars or my truck or whatever. And 44 yards of concrete. It was $201 and some cents per yard. We did not go with steel mesh. We used fiber mesh. Okay, that was another $15 a yard. Now, I know in some different parts of the country, y'all are used to using gravel under these driveways. Well, I didn't need the gravel because I'll tell you why. You see that pond over there that I dug? All I have here is clay. So in the areas where the house and the garage went, I did not use that clay, only in between the house and all the way around the areas where outside of the footprint of the building, the Barndo, and the garage. With all that clay, the clay's been here for about a year. I compacted it when we did the grading, and it's been here for about a year hitting rain. And I'll tell you what, I dug a trench to run this conduit from here to get power into the garage. And when I tell you, I had to dig that thing by hand. When I tell you that it was as hard as concrete, it was as hard as concrete. It was well compacted. I'm not going to have any trouble here with cracking. Well, anyway, Barndo Bros, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you guys. And hit the bell so every time we have new content, it'll alert you. Please share. Tell your friends about this channel. All right, we're doing very well. We're a very young channel, and I'm up to 4,300 subscribers in about 2.5 months, which is great. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. See you guys next time.